Hey everyone, I just wanted to send out a thanks to my family for being there for me all these years and supporting me. I just wanted to let everybody know that I finally graduated from college, and it's a big step for me. As many of you know, I was pursuing a degree with interest in the medical field, but I found out that it wasn't for me. Then I tried a few other things. Probably good that I found out sooner than later, that it wasn't necessarily my calling. And as a lot of you know, I've been doing art and things like that, trying to figure out where creativity comes to a recognition of control and acceptance. And I try to sort of make it my own in some way. And I've been sharing a few of those things. I just kind of wanted everyone to know where I'm coming from. It's just my attempt to try to express myself in a way that's different but can connect at the same time. And I appreciate anybody who's sent me kind words for my art and what I've been sort of sharing with people, just, because why not? I don't think that it was going to harm anybody. And I thought, you know what, maybe they're sort of interesting to look at and they can paint a little bit of a picture as to what I'm seeing and where I stand in terms of my ability to think that what I see has the ability to change and affect me. Because I think that all life is seeing, is believing. And I think that if you see something great enough, then you can sort of change the world. So it's just my attempt to reconcile where I feel control and where I feel out of control, and what I feel like just verges over the edge of being creative but accepted at the same time. So, anyways, I wanted to thank personally Aunt Jan. You've been such a star in my life, and I love the atmosphere that you have, that you've given me, and just this whole sense of there being true identity here in America. I think that it's sort of something that's lost on a lot of people, but I think that what you bring to the table really does give a sense of there being this escape into the West and this broadness and expansiveness in which there is comfort and identity, but at the same point in time, there is the realization of yourself. And I think that you've always sort of presented that feeling to me, just of the Wild West and of those values. And so I really wanted to thank you for that. Aunt Peg, I don't know how you do it, but I think that you recognize the truth of all things really are just innocent. And, there's no way that any of us can escape the fact that deep down we're all cute. So I just wanted to thank you guys for the card and the gift. For you, nephew, as you graduate, you'll hear plenty of inspiring speeches and words of encouragement, but here's what it all comes down to. Be you and do what you love, and success and happiness are sure to follow. Congratulations. Love, Dick, Peg, and Jan. So I just wanted to thank you personally for thinking about me and, for always bringing that to the table. I think that deep down, all of us understand that there's no way that, any of us is better than anything. And I think that the way that you speak and your tone and your attitude always exemplifies that and is sort of, a reality check, but in the way in which none of us can deny. It's actually what we all really want in the end, is to be together and to see this unity and this cleanliness that we all deep down possess. Uncle Dick, I think that you are a true American icon. And the way that you present yourself and that you give others this sense of being just is like a national treasure, some American actor of a time in which a people who have sort of left everything can still find something. And in this frontier that we all sort of endeavor to be something new, and that we try to progress in all things and in all aspects, this itself is sort of a spirit and a culture and an identity. And I think that you present that to everybody, and it's in your features and in the way that you carry yourself and the way that you build others up and communicate with them. So I just really wanted to let you know that your families have influenced me so much in my life, and I wanted to give a special thanks out to everybody else too. So just let you all know that I love you, and I'm trying my best, and we'll see sort of where I end up and where all of this takes me. I know that a lot of it seems pretty unprofessional, but to some degree, I think that creativeness is itself some of the greatest works that you can do, because it's the point in time when you sort of get over the fact that you are something which is just instinctual and primitive, and you know has to conform to these different habits and rituals to live and survive in this world. So I'm sort of trying to express myself in ways which, attempts to be beyond those things in a sense, but in some way it sort of comes all the way around, and it seems actually pretty primitive and instinctual and emotional, ironically. So I thank you all for sort of being nice while I sort of go through this period, and I'm trying to understand my world more, where I fit in. I sort of think that the more I can communicate with things, the more that everything is a living kind of breathing thing, and that it can represent itself in a familiar way and sometimes foreign. And if I'm just sort of honest about where I feel like I have shortcomings and where I feel like I need to work on things, then, it will sort of all work out, and I can be comfortable and confident that wherever I end up, as long as I understand what I need and what I want, and it's within these sort of barriers or boundaries that keep things down to earth, then I'll always be, in a place where I can feel this joy and feel this love. And I just wanted to thank you all for that. And, let you all know that I ended up going, and they gave me this cool little certificate and note and things like that. And I had to go up on stage and shake some people's hands. And, for me, that was sort of a big deal, because I've been struggling lately with being open and honest with people about my situation, and, where I feel like I'm going in life, and where I compare to people that I've known my whole life, and how to actually communicate with them as to what I think and what I feel. So anyways, I just wanted to let you all know that I love you, and just sort of explain my situation a little bit and what's happened recently. So thank you all for listening, and hopefully that, you know, with this kind of explanation, things themselves sort of actually don't seem as vulnerable. There is some reasoning behind things, and it might give you a little bit more of some solidity to look at certain things with this in mind. So I hope everybody's doing good, and everybody knows, you all know that I love you, and all the memories are great. So anyways, hopefully there's much more to come, and I will see you all later. Bye.